Hello, I'm Ben, and welcome back to my channel where we embark on a journey towards true wealth. Today we'll be discussing how to get your very first credit card. And I have a very special guest to help us out today, Lindsay Longmore. She's my sister-in-law and a fashion blogger. She's got a lot going on. Why don't you take a minute to tell us a little bit about yourself, Lindsay?
Thanks, Ben. Thanks for having me today on your channel. I also recently started up my own YouTube channel, so you'll have to check that out. I'm also, like Ben said, a fashion blogger, so you'll have to check out my blog. And I also started up my own photography business, so send me a message if you want to schedule a session.
Yeah, she's very talented. Thank you, Lindsay. And I'll have all her stuff linked in the description below, so go check her out, follow her. Ask her for photography. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the meat of the video.
Okay.
Perfect. Today we'll be going through 4 different steps that you should go through when you get your first credit card, or really any credit card. And step number 1 is to become aware of your credit score. So you can do this through various banking apps and different apps that are out there on the market. My personal favorite is something called Credit Karma. And Credit Karma is this app that tells you not only your score, but also gives you recommendations on credit cards and recommendations on how to boost your score. So step number 1 is download Credit Karma and become aware of your score.
The first step in setting up your credit card is to get to know your credit score. So I talked with my brother-in-law, Ben, about what I needed to do to find that score. And he told me to download the Credit Karma app. So I went ahead and downloaded it on my iPhone and set up my own account. I typed in my information and it pulled up a score for me. And I had a score that came up that was in the good category. So it was a good score compared to others that are bad credit score, fair credit score. And I'm assuming there's excellent or even better than the good credit score that I was in. And that's coming from student loans that I've been paying off, also a car loan that I have been paying off religiously each month and being paid ahead, so that could contribute to my good credit score. And so the app itself is really easy to download. You just type it in to the App Store, it comes up, you fill out your information, and then it will give you that score, and you can just keep it on your phone, see how it changes over time. But that is the first step in finding a credit card that suits your needs.
So step number 2 is to search for credit cards that fit your score. And so when you first start off building credit, most likely you will not have a score if you've never had a loan or a credit card previously, and that's okay. That just means that you'll have to get a starter card. When I first started out, I thought, I want Sky Miles, I'm gonna get this fancy Delta card, and I got denied because I had no credit history. But now I have applied for better cards and gotten them as I've just built over time. And so to make sure you avoid the mistake that I made, it's a good idea to use a website like bankrate.com to check out different credit cards. You can compare them, see which one fits best with your current score, find starter cards, and get going that way with your step number 2, finding the card that fits your score.
So step 2 for finding a credit card is to search for a credit card that fits your credit score. So an easy way to do that is to go to bankrate.com, where they have a really good layout of different cards, the annual percentages you'll be paying, the APRs, and the rewards. So I was able to scroll through there and see which credit cards would best fit my credit score. and I was able to narrow it down to a few and research more information based upon my needs and what I wanted out of a credit card and whether or not I would be able to pay off the annual fee or not. That's how you determine what card works best for you, is to go to a website like bankrate.com, or I'm sure there are other websites out there that work, but that's a really good place to start.
All right, step number 3 is to select the card that best fits your needs. And so you've been going through Bankrate, you're comparing these different cards, and just a few things to know. APR stands for annual percentage rate, and so that's what they'll charge you in interest over a year, and they break that down over 12 months. Something to also be aware of is a fee. I would look in your first card for a card that has no annual fee. There are plenty of them out there, and they're great cards. And then from there, really it's kind of up to you. You found one that fits your score. Do you want cash back? Do you want to earn travel points? Flying? There are plenty of options out there, and just fit the one that sounds best. Find the one that sounds best for you. So that's step number 3, find the card that fits.
Okay. Because I'm a first-time credit card user, I knew that I wouldn't be spending exorbitant amounts of money on the card. So I wanted to make sure that the annual fee was going to be less than the profit I'd be making from the cash back with the card. So I chose the Discover It card because it had a $0 annual fee. And also with the cashback rewards, it gives you 5% cash back on different categories of spending in your everyday life, such as grocery shopping and paying for gas, and each quarter it changes. And if you also get a 1% cash back on everything that you spend. So it seemed like a really good fit for me. Right now, with my lifestyle, with fashion blogging, my YouTube channel, and my photography lifestyle, I wanted to get cash back. That seems like the best fit for me. Maybe in the future I'll be doing more traveling and need to be staying in hotels, but right now that was the best fit for me. And so that is why I chose that card. So I headed over to the website and I typed in my information. With that information, I was able to apply and be approved, and it was really easy to go through that process. They walk you directly through it, and they told me the card will be here in about 5 to 7 days, so I can start practicing good credit principles and using my credit card. And another thing I like about the credit card is that it's pink.
All right, so in 3 easy steps, Lindsay was able to get approved for her first credit card. Woohoo! Yay! Step number 4 is just practicing healthy credit card principles as you move forward in your life. And Lindsay, what is the number 1 principle for having a credit card?
The number 1 principle for having a credit card is to pay your balance off each and every month and treat it like a debit card.
Exactly, yeah. And so one of Lindsay's concerns she brought up to me off camera was, what is APR? And APR stands for annual percentage rate. And basically that's the interest that they'll charge you if you don't pay off the full balance every month. You know, it's the annual rate, so they'll divide it by 12 and then charge you that amount on what you have left on the card. And so an easy and simple way to avoid having to pay interest is, just like Lindsay said, paying it off in full every month.
So that made it really easy for me when I was looking for a credit card to not really be concerned about the APR rate, because I knew that I would be paying it off each month like a debit card, so I wouldn't have to worry about the interest that I would be gathering from not paying it off each month.
That brings us to the end of today's video. I'll be doing more videos in the future, diving deeper into specific areas of what goes into a credit score and more advanced topics of credit cards. But we're so grateful for Lindsay for stopping by and being a part of this. Go ahead and check out her stuff in the links below, and leave your comments of what your favorite credit card hacking tips are. Thank you. Until next time. That felt like
That
a
was
hot
awesome.
mess.
No, that sounded good.